Benvenuto Markus, a nome dell'Accademia degli Intermedi. Ti chiederei di presentarti e presentare il collegamento che tu avevi e hai con Barbara.
Eh, Grazie per l'invitazione, per l'intervista, ma forse è meglio di cambiare a inglese.
Benissimo.
Um, yeah. Well, Barbara Sparti has been my mentoress for decades, and I first encountered her in 1982 when she came to a performance to Munich. And this was actually my first encounter with Italian sauces. She had made a performance in the evening and with Cinquecento dance. And the next day, somebody had organized a workshop on Cinquecento dance with her. And I had joined historical dance just for 2 years, and my teacher took me with her to that workshop. And there, Barbara Sparti did not just teach a dance, but she gave us Negri, l'Alemana d'Amore. And then she read the text with us, and we tried to reconstruct it together. And this was quite a revelation for me at that moment. And then I went and bought Negri and Caroso and dived into the sources myself. And so actually, that I have studied Italian sources for many years, studied historical dance, trying to get to the sources was mainly because of that encounter with Barbara. And throughout the next decades, Barbara was always very open and free to share everything what she had, and she was always willing to discuss whatever questions we had and problems we had. And yeah, and so she was an immensely generous person.
Bene, allora se vuoi possiamo passare al gioco. Io dirò una lettera e tu puoi associare liberamente un'idea, una parola, un aggettivo, un verbo che ti ricorda Barbara o che ti fa venire in mente Barbara. E volevo chiederti però, vibra un po' l'immagine, non so se hai un telefono.
Scusa, questo non ho
Quando,
capito.
quando parli, l'immagine è un pochettino, si muove, non so perché. Forse è una piattaforma instabile, no, non so.
Forse la tavola è
Ah,
un
ok.
po'... ok. Yeah, mi dispiace, non
Non è
voglio toccare. Ok.
Benissimo. Allora, passiamo al gioco.
Mhm.
Se io dico B,
E, um,
anche in English,
yeah, um, in italiano fare una bella figura. Mhm.
great. Se io dico S,
Es, saltarello.
perfetto. Vuoi aggiungere qualcosa?
Mhm.
Vuoi continuare a parlare su questo o
Sul S,
sul
um,
saltarello?
um,
Se vuoi, non è necessario.
no,
Ok,
well,
iniziamo.
I'm not quite sure whether you would like to have longer
Mm.
answers or just
Well,
words, associations.
what do you want? Is a
Mhm,
free association of idea or a
mhm. Well, I'm happy if I've got one.
memories about Barbara or dance or whatever.
Mhm.
Ok? Se dico P,
Be, parlare, to talk, to discuss with her, and that was very important.
yes, yes. Ok. Se dico A,
Mhm. Well, I've mentioned the Alemana d'Amore, the
yes,
first dance I studied with her.
ok. E se dico R, A,
Mhm. Risoluto, il stile
risoluto.
di Barbara di essere molto forte.
Yes.
uh,
Se dico T,
di um, hmm, teacher.
teacher.
That was what she was, and for many, many years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the last I, I,
Um, i- Questo è solamente il suono. Tirsi e clori.
ok.
Non so, stata una danza di Monteverdi e abbiamo fatto una scena, un tipo di ballo su questa musica con Barbara.
Benissimo. Quando?
A Urbino 93, 4.
Ah, ok.
Questo, yeah. È
Bene.
stato bellissimo.
Sì.
Uh,
Bene, vuoi aggiungere qualche cosa? Qualche ricordo particolare? Non so, qualche esperienza, qualche cosa che tu vorresti dire?
uh, well, to Tirsi e Glory è
Mm?
stato yes, well, in English. Well, it was a very nice piece, and we also tried to make costumes of our own. We were shepherds and nymphs, and so sometimes in the afternoon we sewed our uh, sort of tunics, and we used our sandals to dance, and yeah, it was a very nice thing. She had divided us in several groups, and each group had reconstructed or invented one figure, and at the very end she put everything together, and we had a performance in the evening in one of the churches of Urbino. And yeah, I remember another German guy who was also a shepherd like me, and we danced with our sandals and our tunic. It was very funny.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
So, if you want, you can talking about some some memories about Barbara, or we finish here.
Well, I mean, I've got one favorite anecdote that I love to tell, and maybe you already know it. I used it at the symposium, and that was at a course in Urbino. She taught Cinquecento, and at a certain moment, she showed us the steps cambiata. And well, I had a different idea of that. And at the end of the class, I came to her and said, well, Barbara, I have another solution. What do you think of that? And she looked at it and said, no, no, absolutely not. Well, I didn't know the text by heart. So I went home, took my Caroso and read the text. And well, I had to admit, Barbara was probably right. And so the next day I went to her and said, well, I've read the text, Barbara, you were right. And she said, no, no, you were right. I've read the text too. And so that was not only funny, but that was her way of taking somebody serious. Even if she didn't agree, she thought over it. She didn't just dismiss it. And yeah, that was very important.
Grazie, grazie di questa bellissima testimonianza e di aver partecipato.
Yeah.
Grazie.
Okay.